Hello, my name is Dr. Ryan Doerge from Mill Creek Chiropractic. Today we have the chance to work with Kylie today, and she's going to show us what bad posture and good posture looks like when working at a home workstation, your desk, things like that. And then we'll also show how she transitions into more of a standing working position to show us what good posture and bad posture looks like. The first thing when we see Kylie sitting at her desk, we're going to look for to see if her shoulders are rounded forward. When her shoulders round forward, her head's going to be shifted forward as well. So you want to make sure your ear lines up with your shoulder. So the first thing we're going to do to correct that posture is we're going to have her bring her shoulders back and sit up in that straight, tall position, which is going to have her ear line up with her shoulder. That puts less strain and stress on all the joints and nerves and the muscles and her shoulders and her upper back on both sides. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to have her bring things closer to her so her arms are overextended away from her body. If you were lifting something, if you're working on a keyboard, a desk, you can see as she brings her keyboard closer to her body, it lets her arms get out of that overextension feeling going from there. Now that can help with arm fatigue, wrist pain, those types of things as well. The other thing is we're seeing her, and you can see her neck is at a downward angle looking down at her screen. So we want to make sure her eyes are hitting with the center of her screen to help with less screen fatigue, eye strain, and those types of things. So we're going to have her lower her seat so her eye sits in the center of it. There's two ways to do that. You can either lower your body or lower your seat so you're in the center, or you can have something like a monitor raiser, an extra thing underneath there to raise it up to it puts in that good posture and good position. Well, now you can see when Kylie's sitting at her desk here, it puts her in a good position. The other things that you want to make sure you're doing, what she's doing an awesome job with, is her lower back is in contact with the back part of her chair. So that supports her lumbar spine, supports that good healthy curve in her lower back, which eliminates low back fatigue in the muscles. The other thing you can see is when she's sitting like that with that support in her lower back, that her legs and her feet are flat on the ground supporting her as well. So if you don't want something, if your chair is too tall where your feet are dangling or anything like that, you want to make sure you have something that you can place them on that'll help support you in those positions as well. So now we're going to have Kylie transition to a standing work position. So this can be done whether you're standing with a file or working at a standing work desk, those types of things. When you're working at a standing working desk, the same things are going to apply when at a sitting working desk. So when she's looking at a file and things like that, working with another colleague or anything like that, the first thing we want to make sure is we want to make sure we're working on those shoulders first. So we want to work on bringing her shoulders back in that good healthy position, which again brings her ear over her shoulders and stops that rounding of her mid-back. The rounding of the mid-back is going to put a lot of stress and strain on your shoulders, your rhomboids, all the muscles to your mid-back. So some people feel extra fatigued. You hear them comment from a lot of times, maybe some colleagues, friends, family member, loved ones. Well, I feel like I got knots in my shoulders. When your shoulders are rounded forward like that, it's going to constantly put that stress and strain on that area. The next thing is when she's working with files or things like that, you can see how she's doing an awesome job keeping it closer to her body. If you were lifting anything with any type of weight, even not much weight, the further you get it away from your body, the more stress and strain it'll put on your mid-thoracic spine. Now, when handing or working with files, documents, anything like that to colleagues, she's going to hand it over and keep herself in a good posture position. The last thing you want to do is get in a hurry or a rush where you see somebody do that quick bend over, hey, I'm just going to not bend your knees, anything like that. It's going to have a higher chance to have her basically have low back pain, increase those areas of stiffness and soreness. So as we pass files, patient files, all that type of stuff, we're going to keep ourselves in those good positions. The other thing is when you're looking at documents and things like this, we want to make sure we're not looking down for a long period of time. You can see as Kylie stands up in that straight position, it's going to help prevent her from those types of things. Now, all the things that we showed you working at your desk can also apply to working at a standing workstation. Also make sure you're doing that so you're keeping your eyes in the center of the screen, shoulders back, keyboard close to your body. This goes for working at home, working on schoolwork, desk, sitting, all those types of things are applicable and it goes from there. If these were good tips and you found these that could help you, we'd be more than happy to show you more things that we can do to help your posture improve here at Mill Creek Chiropractic.